Hey, real estate agents, welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. Jeff, how you doing?
Good, man. Hot out there, isn't it?
Just a little.
Are you riding your motorcycle in this heat?
Not this time.
I didn't think so. Hey, we have some guests back with us in the house and one new guest.
Yeah.
We have Alec-Lauren Burton with eXp Realty, along with Melissa Moody, also with eXp, and Jessica Benevento with Movement Mortgage. How are we doing, ladies?
We are great.
Good.
Fantastic.
Good. A little pissed off this week, Jeff. I'm not going to lie.
Uh-oh. What's
Why are you
going
an
on?
angry elf? What happened? Definitely angry. You just
What's
came
going on?
in.
Angry elf. No, okay, we'll get into it. It's all good.
You might
It's
as
all
well
good.
just put it
I
out
know.
there. What's wrong?
It's what we were just talking about. There's all the
You already brought it up. You might as well
Yeah,
go for
well,
with it,
it's
girl.
like, no, it's going to be the Jess show today because of all the rate hikes and all the misinformation that realtors are putting out there. Oh my God, values are dropping. Oh my gosh, the sky is falling. It's Chicken Little, blah, blah, blah. No, we're going into a market that creates more opportunity than we've had in a very, very long time. And so get real with the numbers. You're spewing stuff that you don't even know what you're talking about, and you're just like buying into the frenzy. So stop it.
Cut it out.
Cut it out. Call Jess if you want to talk numbers.
Yeah, cut it
let's
out.
go.
So what are we talking about then?
Well, let's start off with the 75.
Yeah, so go ahead and talk a little bit about the Fed funds rate being raised 0.75%, and how that's kind of a myth out there, right? About, oh my gosh, mortgage rates just went up 3/4, right? But that's not the case.
That is absolutely not the case. Now, mortgage rates follow somewhat of a suit when things go up, but the Fed's raised it to really calm down. Oh, sorry, doing this again. To kind of flatten out inflation, right? So what does that, Alec?
If you talk to
Yeah,
me.
it's so awkward.
Sorry.
So
We're rookies.
I know, sorry. Okay, hold on a second. So what they're I've lost it. Hold on. French toast. Where are we now?
French toast.
Hold on, now I'm confused. Okay. Jeff, say the question. What
Is
were we
everybody
talking
just
about?
laughing over there? What's going on?
Yeah.
We're talking about the Fed.
Okay, yes. The Feds raised it 0.75 basis points. Everyone's freaking out. Oh my gosh. But that's obviously to fight the inflation that we know is going on. It's been happening. So, I mean, mortgage rates react to that somewhat, but that's more for the Feds raising that. It really affects the short term, right? We talked about this before. Credit cards, credit card rates, car loans,
yeah.
Things like that. I mean, did interest rates take a hike? Yeah, they did. I mean, but it's happening, and we've known for a couple years now that it was going to, happen. You talked about this the last show, Alec. Rates went down because we were in a pandemic, right? People needed to spend money. Rates went down. People were not leaving their homes.
I feel like we're on a crazy car ride with the Feds right now, and they're giving us serious whiplash.
Right.
That's really all it is.
Yeah.
We've got a crazy driver in the car, and they're giving us whiplash, and they're going to go back down, and then they're going to go back up, and then they're going to go back down, they're going to go back up. Look, if you can buy a house today, buy it.
That's
Bottom
it.
line. If you can afford a home today, buy it. The values are not going to go down. Will they level off? Yes. That's a whole nother conversation. That's not the sky is falling and we're going to lose 20%, price reduction and value. And this was supposed to be last topic, Jeff, so sorry.
We just flow
All over the place. But price reduction and squirrel. Price reduction and value are not the same thing. I mean, they're not. People were overinflating because the supply shortage was so significant that everyone was willing to pay the inflated prices. The prices were inflated. They absolutely were. They put us to where our market values are at right now. By the way, we're still in an inventory shortage. That hasn't gone away yet. We're not in a balanced market yet. We're not in a buyer's market. I've heard three agents, a couple of them brokers say that we are in a buyer's market. You know what? Get a grip. And you should not be telling people that because we are not in a buyer's market.
Oh, they'll find out when they put in offers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
exactly.
It's insane.
Yep.
Now, are we getting a more realistic perspective 100%, right? That's where we should be. We should be having the conversation and putting expectations for our sellers out there that, by the way, we are going to price your home appropriately.
Right.
And that's it. We're not going to overinflate it. That's not a value drop. That's setting it where it should be set to begin. Or if it was already priced and you see a price reduction, that's not a devaluation. That's a price reduction because it was overinflated to begin with.
Now, typically, as agents, what do we normally do when we price it? We look at the comps from the last 3 to 6 months, right? And so I guess it's just going to be a little tricky. And I'm wondering if you can give some tips to the agents on when you're looking at it, you're looking at the last 3 to 6 months where they're inflated.
You know
So
what?
what do you do?
Yeah, 3 months ago is the old days.
Yeah, exactly.
Like back in the old days, before I was gray. No, that's 3 months ago. I mean, that's a lifetime away.
Mm-hmm.
And so you go back, you find the latest comp that you can, and then instead of going 50% over, what they were pricing things at, you're going to be more realistic in a 10 to 15%, and that's going to be pushing it if you can get it. But you're going to have to know your communities and your values and know how to run your comparables on that. The majority of agents, newer agents that I come in contact with, if they do not have someone really solid and experienced to lean into, they don't know how to value homes. They don't know how to price them appropriately. It is an art. It is an art, and it takes a special touch. It's not all numbers because you're talking about market absorption. How many times do you hear the term market absorption when you're talking about pricing?
Not
Very
much.
rarely, because it truly is an art form to price a property. You can't just go by the numbers, and that's why it's not making sense to a lot of these agents out there that are pricing homes. Do yourself a favor, do your clients a favor, right? And price their home appropriately, because I'm not in the market and I don't want to put your house on the market to sit on it. I want to sell it. We're in the job we're in the in the industry to move homes.
Right.
We're moving
Absolutely.
people. We're moving people.
Yep.
So who wants to sit on it, right? Call someone, get some help. I mean, your local associations, the majority of agents around here belong to We Serve. They belong to Scottsdale Association, Phoenix Association. We have some really great associations. Call them, I can guarantee you, but I sit on the board of directors. We have some amazing classes. We have amazing professionals across the entire valley that they'll say, hey, they're running a free class this week, and they'll teach you how to price homes and stuff. We bring in appraisers. We have a lot of agents that have that experience. And so, yeah, they need to start reaching out so that they're not shooting themselves and their clients in the foot.
Yep.
Yeah, great question. So go back to the 7.5. Just sorry, I hijacked.
The what?
I
No.
totally hijacked that.
No, I think we covered that. It was just telling our listeners that the Fed's hiking it up is not directly affecting the mortgage rates. What are you doing? You're getting rid of that? No, Disney.
I'm having a hot flash.
Oh my God.
I told you I was angry today.
But wait, I forgot. I want to talk about this real quick. I got to pull it up though, so I'm giving real numbers. Okay.
So how much of what's happening right now do you think is psychological? I mean, as far as people freaking out about
It's a lot.
whether the house prices are going to drop or not.
Well, that's the conversation.
People remembering 2008, let's say, right?
Yeah, they seriously have PTSD. You have to look at the majority of the population right now with great credit. We had terrible credit back in 2007, in the 2007 crash. Our percentage of borrowers right now have great credit. Mm-hmm. In the 35-year-old range, they also have money in the bank,
Right.
which they have.
They never had.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Yep.
We don't have any of the criteria that we did before for the bubble to happen. Now, what's happening right now with inflation, and you can get into all the politics, that's a whole nother conversation of where that's going to go. But this is a correction that we needed to happen, and it should have happened a long time ago. And then COVID hit, and everyone, they did their freak out on that for a whole hot minute until they realized they didn't have to go into the office. Woohoo! Yep. And we can work from home, and that whole thing was, that's a monster that I don't know that they're going to be able to get rid of.
Well, and think about it too. During COVID, everyone freaks out. Everyone's staying home. We don't know how long it's going to last. What's going on? Oh my gosh! So we had to do something, right? So something was done, which was dropping those interest rates. We needed some sort of way people could spend money. So once they saw that, it was a distraction, and it was like, oh my God, I could afford a house. Oh my gosh, only, I could refi. So it kind of stimulated people.
Well, it stimulated movement.
Yeah, and they needed it.
Yeah, if you look at what actually drove that is the pandemic put everyone at home. They were locked in their homes, and they no longer had to be stationary and isolated for their jobs. Mm-hmm. So that movement is actually what created, and they said, man, if we've got people moving, how can we stimulate the market? Because we essentially we took out an entire economy. Look at all the businesses that closed. Mm-hmm. Look how much we lost.
Yeah.
So they had to do something to stimulate that. So 100%.
But I want to give perspective.
6%
this is the reason.
Listen,
this is the reason I'm wearing this. This is a 70s throwback vibe. Want to know why I'm doing that, people? I'll tell you. Okay. In 1971, rates were mid 7%. Okay. They moved up steadily until they were about 9.19 in 74, and they went high 8 range to climb 11.20 in 1979. Now, we know history repeats itself, do we not?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm wearing bell bottoms, and not because I got it at a thrift store, because they're in. I mean, 70s is in, right?
That's true.
So rates are gonna keep on creeping a little bit. This is what's going on.
Do you think that we'll hit 10%?
No.
I heard someone say
No
10%.
way. No way. But don't quote me.
So
Shit. No. Yes. No.
So the NBA, right? The
French
banking,
toast.
the banking association. Their forecasts from January, February for the year looks completely different from their May forecast to now their June forecast. They're all over the board. They don't know either because we're again crazy driver in the driver's seat in the car, right?
Yeah.
So whiplash. No, we thought they're going to turn left and they turn right.
Yep.
So the forecasting right now, I don't think that we'll hit 10%, but it's hard to say with that crystal ball. I think that they're going to drop back down.
I do too.
I think they'll drop back down is what's going to happen.
But I think it's going to be woo, woo, woo.
Well, they'll drop them back down once things get really ugly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it works.
That's how it works. That's what I mean. History repeats itself. It's going to happen.
So right now, what I'm telling people is, if they ask, well, gosh, how should I prepare, right? Because some people think we're already in a recession.
Right.
I guess we'll find out soon because the second quarter GDP numbers will come out next month. First quarter was negative. Right now, the projected is negative. Mm-hmm. I think that then we'll find out that we've been in a recession for 6 months, right? And they'll have to continue to raise rates. And when I say rates, I mean Fed funds rate until they can curb inflation. If inflation keeps getting out of hand, then they're going to have to keep raising them.
Right.
Powell said yesterday, Tuesday, last week because this is recorded, but Powell said yesterday during his speech that they're prepared to continue raising each time that they have the Fed meeting until the end of the year and see kind of where we are with the fight against inflation. So I think that they don't even know how much they're going to have to raise rates over the next 6 months. Mm-hmm.
I think the fear is everyone has seen his track record and he's aggressive. Like he has proven to be aggressive in nature and not scared to raise those rates.
I mean, now with the 0.75, I think that kind of proves that he's definitely concerned.
Yeah.
If they had left it at 0.5, I think that people would have said, okay, he does not want to curb inflation.
Right.
But them going to 0.75, some economists thought that he should have went a full 100%, 100 basis points, right now. But I don't know. We'll have to just see what happens. They have to get a handle on it for sure.
So the thing, so we have put together 11 solid weeks now of change here for Arizona. We have put on the books 11 weeks of a percentage increase in supply, a percentage decrease in demand. A lot of that has to do with seasonality, by the way. And something that people aren't thinking about is our Airbnb market, right? You have a lot of people that don't do it for a living, and that are not savvy in that area, and so they got nervous. So where do you think some of our supplies coming from right now? We did the same thing in 2020 when everyone thought that Airbnb was going to go away. They put them all on the market. So some of that supply is. We also don't have Zillow, so the demand decrease. This really needs to be talked about. The demand decrease right now, a lot of that has to do with the fact that OfferPad and Open Door have softened on their purchases, on their acquisitions, have slowed down. All right, so they were buying in bulk. I think what people also need to know is they need to look at our what the big boys are doing. Our hedge funds, our Invitation Homes, our everybody that BlackRock owns, Invitation, Progress, all of those guys, they have amped up their acquisitions. So, really, do you want to talk about people that know numbers and know where we're going? They're not backing off. The stock market's not scaring them, and the stock market traditionally does not run the real estate market. It moves too quickly, and the real estate market can't. It's a big ship. You can't turn it quickly. So the guys that actually know where we're headed are still acquiring homes, big time, because they know where we're going population growth wise, and they're buying, and that rental market's not going away.
Yeah.
And so you have to look at industry growth. That's going to continue to be a conversation and all of that. But it's whiplash right now. Bottom line is you need a house, and don't buy into the frenzy. The frenzy, to your question, Jeff, is it's a knee-jerk reaction. Don't have a knee-jerk reaction. Sit back. If you need a house, continue shopping. Make sure that you're working with someone that's educated and experienced for the market and that knows their communities, that knows the market, and that is sitting down across the table from that agent that might not. And it's going to maybe take an education of both the seller and the agent, because neither one of them know. Unfortunately, they hired an agent that is not savvy with where we're going and probably isn't negotiating in their highest and best. And so it's going to be an education thing for all parties involved, because everybody's nervous. But once you have the numbers in front of you and you know where we're going, appreciation is expected to still stay at around 5%. And it's not there yet. We're still double digits because we're still in a shortage, but we're still double digit appreciation right now, which means your values aren't dropping because the interest rates went up.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
the other side of the argument of Wall Street knowing where we're going, devil's advocate here, I guess, a little bit, is
Shushy, Jeff.
what happened
Shushy.
in 07, 08. Okay. Lehman Brothers, right, didn't think. They thought they knew what they were doing. Bear
Their
Stearns
code
thought
name
they
is
knew
rat
what they were doing.
bastards. Those rat
So-
bastards.
A lot of Wall Street, besides a small handful of people who got it right, thought that they knew what they were doing. So I don't know. I still feel like there's so many different variables at play, globally and local, and here in the U.S. that I don't know. I just don't think anybody truly knows where it's going to end up.
I don't even.
Man, did you
as far
guys
as the
see
economy.
did you see the
agree.
announcement from the Global Summit that said that all money's going global? It's going blockchain, and they said if you don't know about blockchain, you better get savvy with it right now, because as a whole, we as a global economy, we're going blockchain. They made that
What do you mean,
announcement.
crypto? Are you talking like?
No. Don't confuse crypto with blockchain.
Okay, I don't know what blockchain is.
Yeah, see, my point exactly. Yet our money is going block. It's a seamless transaction. It's basically zero mistakes. You're taking, and I hate to say this because it still is going to drive it, but you're taking the human error out of our processes.
Okay.
And so it's creating it's just a seamless experience. But they're in the process of regulating it right now, and the world global economy came out and said that is the direction that we're going. If you're unfamiliar with it, you better get familiar with it. NAR just approved real estate transactions across the board for blockchain. They just approved it, and we've already had a few sales through blockchain. So economy-wise, I think it's just really staying active in the conversations to see what they're talking about. Because if you know what they're talking about and the subject on the table and what's being put out there, you get a pretty good idea of where we're going.
Now a global blockchain or a global digital currency
Yeah.
would probably not be a good thing for the U.S. at this point.
I'm telling you, we're on board. We are
Because
on
the U.S.
board.
the U.S. dollar is currently the world currency. Anyway, I know we're getting kind of off topic a little bit, but
I
could talk about that stuff for hours. But
yeah,
I don't know if
sure.
agents want to listen to it for hours.
If they want a career in real estate, they better start paying attention. They better.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reality. And clients need to be educated as well, because their home sales, their lives are going to be directly impacted by it. So,
Yep.
yeah, for sure. Go.
So Jessica, I know that we got off
Go.
base a little
Yeah,
bit, but
sorry.
Jessica, did you get to talk about the new build thing?
Not yet.
Or what you wanted to?
I will. I have a question for my 2 agents, though. So I have potential buyer in New Jersey, looking in New Jersey, okay? They haven't really locked in with an agent, okay? They haven't been looking on their own.
Pick me.
In New Jersey.
Yeah, pick
Are you
me.
licensed in New Jersey?
No, but I don't have to be. I have agents there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But they
Steph
know,
Austin.
and I said, they're frustrated. They put offers on a couple houses. They were like so beyond, sixth in line, like this, just not enough, right?
Yeah.
So they lost a bunch of offers, and they really, who doesn't, wants to they want to find an off-market home, right? Is that something that a lot of people say? Is that like something that a lot of people come to you guys and say, I want something that's not already on the market, something that.
That's where we just left
now.
my investment. I belong to this fantastic group, an investor group. And yeah, we have off market. I have a couple off market right now. So you want to work with an agent that's diversified, right?
Right.
And if you have someone that's not tied into the community, not a good networker, doesn't know
Then
their
that's not the
fellow
person.
agents.
Okay.
And how many times have you heard other agents say, "Oh, I don't need to network with other agents"?
Yeah. Of course you
Yes,
do.
you do.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
who do you think is going to be sitting across the table when you're negotiating?
Right.
If you don't value those relationships, you're going to end up dead last,
Right.
and your clients will too.
Yeah.
Yeah, off-market deals are, and you know what? It's a win-win for everyone, right? The buyers actually get an opportunity,
Right.
and if the seller is absolutely just dead set on not being represented, fine. I have found the majority of the time that there's huge opportunity, because typically those sellers will be so far behind time-wise on what the market's doing and uneducated as to what their home is actually worth, that it usually works out in the buyer's favor.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that. I mean,
Yeah.
and if my buyers are represented, I'm going to absolutely do the best that I can. And I'm sorry if you refuse to get expert help.
Right. Right.
Expertise in the area. So
So specifically, they want a certain area. So what would you do if you guys were there and you were part of the community? What would you do?
well, I'm tying into
For-
my community already. Like,
Okay.
we have a nationwide community. So that's a super easy conversation. Is I have a buyer need, and
Yep.
I throw it out to all my peeps, and I
Okay.
say, here you go. And then they start rolling in, and
This
you find
is the
them.
area. This is a zip. This
Yep.
is where they want to be. This is
Yep.
a price point.
Yep,
Or
exactly.
door knock it. See exactly who wants to
Right.
sell their home.
That's what I
Here's
said.
the offer.
Right.
Let's get it going.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Would you do that?
absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
Anything for the client.
Yeah.
Done it before.
Okay.
Door knock in 112 degrees. I love it.
Yeah, Jersey's not, but yeah.
I say it's not
Oh,
their Jersey.
I see what you mean. Over in Jersey.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
mean,
humid.
it makes it
Humidity.
vicious.
It's
Go
humid.
early in
Yeah,
the
you
morning.
can probably get them connected to investor groups too, because you got a lot of wholesalers in there, and they would be more
Well,
than happy.
and back east is every state is regulated differently when it comes to wholesalers, and so you need to really know their restrictions. They are heavily regulated back there, and so you're regulated. Charles Barkley, regulated. Sorry. I digress. It's durable. It's durable. Sorry, Jeff.
No worries.
Anyway, yeah,
Okay.
they have to work a little differently because of their restrictions and stuff. But yeah, it's easy to do.
Okay. I'll set you up with someone.
You know, I feel like we need to have Melissa kind of introduce herself, because
Yeah. Talk.
I know
to us.
I know that you the other two. I know you guys were on here last week or the last episode, so And Melissa, how long? I'd like to get your perspective. How long you've been in the business, and then
Well,
how are things going with this crazy market?
This is the crazy market, definitely. I got my license.
How it started, how it's going.
How it's going to end. I'm going on my second year of being a new agent. Before that, 2003, I was a new homes agent. So it's a little bit different now. But absolutely, I love working with the clients. The people are awesome. Trying to find them a home without down payment assistance is kind of hard at times, but we're hoping that gets better.
We're hoping it comes back, right?
So things are going.
So you jumped in at a really unique time, though. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's been a little
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Frenzy.
But I mean, what would you say the biggest takeaway for you of if you were just getting your license? So say someone comes to you today. I come to you today and I say, "Oh my gosh, I just passed my test. I just got my license. I don't even know where to start. I've got all these brokerages that want me, and what would you tell them?"
Pay attention to the market.
But they don't even know what that means.
I know, but you can do the comfort report. That different things like that will teach you exactly where you need to go. Because considering we need to know what kind of market we're in order to compete effectively for our clients.
So if you're not sitting in front of a group though, explaining those things and telling you why those reports are important and what those numbers even mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do those numbers even mean to a new agent? You need to tie into
your negotiation skills, different things like that. We're going to have to learn how to negotiate totally different in this market that we're coming up with because, let's face it, it was a seller's market and it was a frenzy before. It was either you paid a certain amount over or you didn't get it done.
Right.
So nowadays, you just have to negotiate. The sellers it's now softening. So we should be able to go ahead and negotiate, and more concessions and different things like that will make it easier.
It's balancing
it out. But makes our job a little bit more difficult. That's why I think some of those some of those agents left, is because you do have to negotiate now. You have to know the market. So if they don't know how to negotiate, they don't know what a wraparound is, different kinds of financing, you're out of it.
I legit, you guys had an agent call me this week and said she got a listing. And she said, "I'm freaking out right now." And I said, "Why? What's going on?" She's like, "I have to price this house, and I don't know how to price houses." I'm like, "You've already had some business this year." "Yeah, but I just threw out at whatever price the client wanted, knowing that we would get it. Now what?" Oh, wow. Okay. Well, she just came over to our group from another brokerage. That's scary, by the way, and that is where you're at with it.
Absolutely.
That's what you're speaking to. So your brokerage is really important, the group that you're tied into. Jess does a lot of work with us in our group, and she can speak to, because you see everybody, huh, Jess?
Oh, yeah.
You get the 30,000 foot perspective of how brokerages are ran for agents and the value that they pull out of their brokerages.
Oh, yeah.
And having newbies come in. I mean, you met Miss when she was just coming in. It's deer in the headlights. I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
Right? And how important it is just to say, okay, here's step one. Here's step two. Here's what that means. Here's what this means. Here's how you put them together. Right. And you start driving that experience for them.
Yeah.
But your group that you tie into, you tied into some really
absolutely
good groups.
Because real estate license does not teach you. They teach a bare minimum.
Right.
Yeah.
Enough to get into trouble is what it taught you.
Right.
That's what it did.
Just enough knowledge to make a mess with it.
Make sure you don't get sued.
Right.
That's when you get the good people.
So where do you see yourself going this year then? Like how do you see your path going with all the changes coming down the pike?
I am going to basically narrow my down to Gold Canyon. That's where I'm going to start doing my home.
Yeah.
For the rest of the valley, if you've just moved here, Melissa lives in a cute little town called Gold Canyon. It sits at the base of Superstition Foothills, and nice little community. And it Just to the south of it, it was the largest land sale in history, I believe, last year.
Yep.
That the state sold off to a couple developers down there. Massive growth going in, basically tying the valley. I don't know if anybody remembers, but they used to say Tucson and Phoenix are basically going to be one big city, and
it's becoming that way, really.
They're working on it.
Casa Grande's big now, and it wasn't before. Eloy's getting bigger. I mean, things are really changing.
Yeah.
Being born and raised here in Arizona, I've seen so much as far as change here. So it's exciting. It's an exciting time to be in real estate, but you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, that brings us to the agent count. I know you brought that up. We've seen a lot of agents, I guess, getting out of the business. Is that right?
Heck yeah, let's go. That's what we were waiting for. Joey's over there laughing.
We were saying they were getting out, but Kinder gave us a report that
this is why current information is like
we just
so
heard 24
important.
out, 24,000 out.
recently, like
Yes,
today?
February.
Yes, from February to yesterday.
24,000.
Yes. Agent count went down. We were in the 70, it's like 73, 74,000 in February, somewhere in that. Now we're in the like 43,000.
Really?
Yeah. Keep
So
going,
does that
baby.
count for the Metro Phoenix, or is that Arizona? Do you know?
That's ADRE. That's Metro Phoenix area.
Metro.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the,
Okay.
I mean, when we're talking overall, and you get in those smaller areas, but I mean, the majority of them are, So licenses pulled, and they're taking, and it's out. So Greater Phoenix, so you're still covering the majority. You might not be getting the four corners or whatever, but yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
24,000, down
From-
24,000 from February to now,
Yep.
basically.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, and I'm like, let's go, keep going. Like all those little onesies and twosies. No. Get out.
Give them back to us.
Get out.
Well, I saw somebody post something today or yesterday that, it's today or yesterday. Last week, I guess I should say, right? But no, I saw somebody post something about, and I don't know where this came from, but like 91% of currently active agents have not worked in the business when interest rates were above 4%.
It's so frustrating, Jeff. I told you I came in pissed off today. This is why. I'm so angry about this.
Come on, use your Disney words.
Anyway,
Do my Disney words. No, literally that song comes to mind. Get out the way. Get out the way.
Move. Hold on. Move, pumpkin.
What are we looking
Get
at?
out the way. Get out the way.
We're looking up Disney
Jeff, did you see
words.
this?
Disney words.
Oh.
So
We're not allowed to swear.
We
not
can't
allowed to
swear.
swear.
So in Kinder's home, she has Disney words. So for apple, it's apple. I'm not going to go through it, but so she gave it to us for this talk in case we wanted to go off a little bit.
It was
yeah, you guys,
strictly for Alec.
so big shout out to Kinder, right? Kinder
Yes.
actually
Kinder's the
we
best.
love
Kinder's the
Security
best.
title.
Security title. Sarah, they're fabulous. Fabulous.
So
Okay, so
new agent
yes.
again. New agent. By the way, advice for new agents: tie into your local lender and your local title rep, right?
Yeah.
For guidance.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, so I'm licensed in New Jersey, California, Virginia, Florida, right now. yeah, a lot. And when I reach out to agents in other markets, I'm like, who do you use for title? Oh, I don't even remember. I'm like, really? Like, and again, it took me almost 2 years to find a Kinder. And again, I don't know if we just found,
She's awesome.
Just, I don't know if maybe we shouldn't even tell people about her because she's so fabulous. But I'm telling other agents what, she provides for us. And it's just like, I think you found a special one because title people don't do that in our world.
The nice thing about security title, because we've been around security title, is when one rep gets really busy, they hire assistants for them.
Love it.
So
Okay. Thank you. Then I will spread. I will spread the word then for.
Joey's like, I'm going to nip this in the bud.
Yeah. Right. Can't get business. Right. Too funny.
All right. I feel like, Jessica, we haven't still done
Bursting
the
out
new
the
build
seed,
thing, have
the
we?
New build. No. So
369, right?
yes. So to put you at ease, Miss Alec, to get you in a better mood, because we're going to go after these new builds.
I was so stoked.
This is a phenomenal.
I already have clients that we've tested this on Jess with, and it has changed their life.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
But right when I spoke with him, the rate, if he locked that night, which he couldn't have anyway, it was after 4:30. I had to get that lock in, and but it's okay. It's an option. So and again, I really don't know. I mean, I know that this in particular new build in Gold Canyon, actually, that lender quoted these borrowers months and months ago. How long ago? I didn't even get the actual when they started the new build.
It was last year.
Must be Lennar.
They think they quoted 3.1, and obviously, every month that's going on. I mean, that these borrowers are seeing these rates go up, and you can't lock in until at least 60 days out of this new build being completed. And fast forward to Alec running into someone, they put me in touch with this couple, and we have this new build program that will extend this lock out to 360 days. And there's really no catch here. It's pretty simple. You're paying a half a point up front of that loan amount up front to hold that lock in. Now, we could float it down. So right before we are closing on that house, anywhere between 60 to 7 days before that close, if these rates have gotten better, which we're projecting, hoping that they do, we float that down. So that 0.5% that you paid up front that we're holding on to, we pay to float that down to wherever it is, okay? If rates stay the exact same, that 0.5% that you paid up front is going back to you, or back to or towards closing costs, whatever. I mean, it's yours, goes back to you. So this is especially for new builds, because in such a volatile, how do you say it?
Yeah.
Volatile. Doesn't sound right.
Volatile.
Didn't sound right. In such a volatile market.
Tomato.
Potato. You don't know. I mean, right. We don't know. I mean, it was 5.5 last week. It went up to 7 this week at some, with some borrowers. So locking that in and knowing, and just having that, that stress, at least that part of a new build, because I'm sure building a home is stressful, but at least knowing that is in for a solid year, and you don't have to worry about it. All you have to worry is the last 2 months, just praying that those rates go down, but at least you're locked in, because again, we don't know. I mean, it could go up to 8, 9, 10%. We hope not, but so this new build program, I think, is huge, especially out in this market. I mean, there's new builds everywhere. So I wanted to make sure, and I'm spreading that to all agents. So anyone you guys know, I mean, obviously I know you're spreading the word, and Melissa as well.
Well, I'm spreading it to other agents too.
Absolutely.
Hey, that's the meeting that we just left, and this friend of mine that runs this group, Investress, Shireen Dora, shout out Shireen, absolutely fabulous woman, person, colleague. She runs this group, Investress. She has a podcast as well that she puts on. They asked everyone. The reason I'm bringing it up is I want to ask you guys, what is your, what's your power? What's your superpower? What's your superpower?
I'm a connector.
See,
I'm such a connector.
That was a big one in the room.
That's my
a lot
superpower.
Of us are, right?
Yeah.
Superpower. So when I was asked, I call myself a solution sorceress.
Ooh, I love that. Yes.
Because,
I
solutions.
could see you taking out a sword from your back and just being like,
no,
I got someone.
It's because we bring solutions to the table.
Yeah, agreed.
Right? For everybody.
Yeah.
For everybody like this.
Yeah.
And that's what having that problem solver, that solution for everyone, it's you bring that to the table. Melissa, what's your superpower?
Relating to people. It's the same way. Just trying to help people.
Yeah. You're
trying
relatable.
to get them into a home. Connecting.
Yeah.
Because you have to connect with people
and
in order to help them.
And there's so many non-connectors out there.
Correct.
Like being newer in this industry, obviously my agents will it feels so awkward, so close. I'm constantly going out and meeting new agents. And there truly are agents that you just will not connect with. And I'm like, you know what? As much business as maybe you produce, you're not like me. You know what I mean? You don't want the same thing I want for other people. So
we call them transactional. And you have to meet your client base where they're at as well. There
Yeah.
are a lot of transactional people in the world. I mean,
Yep.
you know, right?
All numbers. And
All
just
engineers.
Give me the bottom line.
But
Engineers.
no personality. How are you?
Yeah, exactly.
I walked in. Did I say this last week? I might have said this. I'm still shocked by this. I walked into an open house a couple weeks ago with my stepdaughter, and in our neighborhood, and we walked in, and these two agents did not get off the couch.
Get out.
Please sign in. I'm like, okay, like what? You have no idea who I am, and even if it said I am not
Wow.
buying your home, I have a home around the block. How is like that human connection was just you wanted
You
to
did
make
not
no
tell me that
connection.
story. I want to know when we're off record. I
have
want
no
their
idea.
names.
I have
want
no
their-
idea. I was just, you know what
know
it was? I wrote down, and as I was writing, I was like, I should write something
Yeah.
like son of a pumpkin or tartar sauce or fairy god. I wanted to write something actually like, or draw a phallic picture. Like I wanted to do something obnoxious, but I didn't. And I walked around my stepdaughter, Gianna.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, I could do this. I'm like, I know you can. That's all. I mean,
Haven't we had that discussion with her
Yes.
already? Let's get her
Oh.
going.
that was a good example, but
Yeah, no, it's inferior. This is what gives. That's what it gives our industry a bad name, and we're not all like that. But you do have transactional clients, right? Engineers are my perfect example.
Yep.
They're all numbers.
Accountants.
Yes. Yep.
doctors, I
Yep.
mean, there's people that
Depends on the type of
Yeah,
doctor.
depends on the
Yep.
doctor.
Yeah, it depends on the doctor
Right,
for
right,
sure.
right.
That are transactional, and so for them, their comfort level might be a transactional agent. That they're not going to be friends. They're not going to. The majority of my clients, though, are lifelong friends, and that's who we are.
They
and I-
usually become friends if you do them right at the
right.
end.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Usually.
Agreed.
Yeah.
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 I mean, yeah, unless they're, for whatever reason, I can say over the entire time that I've been doing business, I'm still in contact with everybody. It's a very rare occasion
Yeah,
that I'm not
same.
anymore.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very, very rare occasion, and maybe they moved away and there's not as much communication or something like that. But I was still checking in and things like that. Yeah, for sure. So,
I love the superpower thing.
wait, the superpower thing. Okay,
love
so
that.
we went and looked at a lot in Paradise Valley this week. 5 foot wide, couple hundred feet
Oh,
long.
yeah, I saw you
The
post.
alleyway, right?
Is that
Yeah.
really for sale?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Stop.
Absolutely.
I want to buy it.
So, but we're-
18,000?
yeah,
That one?
18,000. Yeah,
Let's buy it. I can
Yeah.
afford that.
So we're out showing properties or whatnot, and I'm pulling as we go. I'm pulling current to see what we might be missing or whatever. So there's property that pops up. I call the agent. She is bothered to have to answer the phone.
I know.
Which
I don't get it.
I told you I'm angry this week. I'm angry this week.
Such
She's
an angry
bothered
elf.
to
Yep.
have to answer the phone, and then she's bothered to have to give me any details regarding the property. And I literally, my reaction was, I'm sorry that you have to do your job to sell the property and answer questions that I might help me in selling your property.
Right.
But what the hell are you getting paid for again?
Yeah.
Like what
She
what are
thinks
we doing?
it's like 1 month ago or 2 months ago.
But that's the agent
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
the agent I want to see go away.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the
agreed.
one I want.
Well, I think
So-
those are going to go away because they're used to just getting things handed to them. They didn't have to put that, that personal touch out there or,
Yeah.
that
sure.
human interaction. And I mean, I
Love it.
hope they all go. Bye-bye.
I hope they all go.
Great info.
Just keep the nice ones.
You know what? We
I
are
just want to
going-
work with nice, cool people.
We are going into one of the best opportunities for real estate. People need to stop
Positive
looking
Polly
at this
coming out at the end.
as- no,
that
no.
angry elf is gone. Bring it, girl.
Ultimately, I am Pollyanna. Ultimately, when it comes to it, you just caught me Pollyanna on a bad day, bad week, or whatever. So, but this market creates opportunity.
Yes, it does.
Opportunity for our buyers, opportunity for our smaller investors, because all of those hedge funders are out there buying right now, buying everything up. One of the last great things you can do in America is own. And if you look at the rest of the world and things that they're going through, that is a wonderful privilege that we have to be here. And by the way, to create passive income, generational wealth.
Yes.
Everybody talks about that,
So
but
true.
the group that we just came from, it's such an easy concept. It sounds foreign to people. Tie into with someone that can map it out for you. It was discussed today. Buy one house a year
Yeah.
that creates passive income.
Yeah.
One house a year. And by the time you get done with 10 years, now you own 10 homes.
Yeah.
That can equate. We actually did the math. That can equate to as much as from $30,000 a month to $60,000 a month, depending on where you're buying.
Right.
And by the time you get done, the home could be paid off. They could be free and clear. You can leverage that to go buy more passive income.
Yeah.
Think about all the investment opportunities that brings
It's
to you.
good for your taxes too.
It's great. It brings tax strategy that you probably didn't even know existed out there.
Yep.
That can be wrapped in. There's
Exactly.
creative
Do a-
financing.
Hold on, do a really good background check and maybe hire a management company
Yes, that's
because
right.
I'm in a really bad situation. But we're not going to talk about because we are positive polys. That's the next episode.
PSA.
Yeah.
PSA.
You got to save some things for the next
Oh
one.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, stay in your lane on what you're really good at. Property management is not it.
Not
Yeah,
for my own.
that's a tough one.
Nope.
Hire someone else who's good.
Exactly.
Well, investment properties right now, like me and my business partners, we're looking at multi-family homes, right? With 10 rooms or something.
Right.
The prices are starting to go down for that, so we're happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, more opportunity, right,
That's right.
is being created in those. I just pulled that list this week because we do have an investor that's looking at 5 to 10 units, multifamily, and there were only greater Phoenix area, which includes Casa Grande, Eloy, includes all of those areas that are growing right now as well. There were only 13 available properties.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
it.
For multi.
For
When did you pull
5
this?
to I
Just a few days ago?
yesterday,
Oh,
day
okay.
before, 13 available properties. So that tells you where we came from, right? So there's 13 out there now. And what we're really seeing is where the opportunity is going to come in with the price reductions is the cap rates. Because right now it's
Yeah.
very difficult to buy at top of the market.
It's about 4% right now.
Yeah,
In some areas.
right.
Mostly.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
exactly. And so you can't sell your investment property if there's no cap rate. Yeah.
Can't.
Yeah, exactly. So lots of opportunity there for sure
Yep.
for people to look into. And affordability. People have to start looking at affordability. Get someone that's savvy with creative financing. It doesn't all have to be conventional.
Right.
Tying into a lender that does it all is super key too, right?
Yeah. And if I don't do it all, we have brokers that you could broker out to do.
So
certain-
technically, you still do it all.
yeah.
Full service.
Yeah. Full service here, kids.
Awesome. Oh my gosh.
Reach
This
out.
podcast could go
All
a
right.
different direction so many times.
Oh, Polly, keep it PG, Polly.
Well, it's been great information. I truly appreciate you all being in
Yes,
here.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
thank you.
thank you.
Shout out
guys.
to the sponsors, Security Title Agency and Fidelity
Woohoo!
National
Can do.
Realty.
Yeah.
So, are you ladies, you want to share anything else before we get in the ring
Oh, yeah, we're going
for
in
some
the
rapid
ring.
fire?
Melissa, we have rapid fire. He's going to ask some crazy
Melissa,
questions.
anything else? Or
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
sure Miss Alec does.
No, that's
Really?
good. Yeah. There's.
You got to
yeah.
save it for next
Yeah,
week.
trust me. I have plenty. Let's go.
all right, we're good.
Yes.
We're good.
We'll try to come up with some different questions for this
Yeah.
one. All right, let's get in the ring.
Okay.
And remember, rapid fire. So don't do too
Don't
elaborate
think.
on some of these. But what do you think the main reason is that many agents are not successful and are leaving the business now?
Yes.
Lack of no. Lack of knowledge.
Correct.
Yes. Professionalism.
Yeah.
Oh man, thank you, Joey. You hit the nail on the head. They don't no knowledge of the market. They don't know what they were doing, and they didn't have any business being in there to begin with.
And not necessarily their fault. Maybe more brokerage. Maybe more brokerages have lack of that support to give.
a warm
a
body.
sense.
They just wanted warm bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And definitely knowing
All right.
the market.
Yes.
If they don't know the market, they cannot compete.
No.
All right, here's one that's a little bit more fun. How about if you were going to go to just one movie this weekend, would it be, and you only could choose between these two, would it be Jurassic World or Top Gun?
Top Gun
Top Gun.
was amazing. I already saw it. I'll
So
see
did
it
I.
again.
It is good.
So did I.
Oh, so good. Did you see it yet?
Yeah, twice.
Yeah. So did my husband. He took my son and then he took me. Excellent.
Yeah, I went with different people. Both
Oh my
times,
gosh.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I guess the
Done.
next good movie is Thor that's coming up.
I'm
If you
looking
guys are
forward to
into
that one.
If
Yeah,
you're into
I love that
Marvel
stuff.
Well, I'm into him.
Yeah, Jurassic Park.
There we go.
We'll probably go see Jurassic Park though too.
Yeah,
I
looks
mean,
cute.
yeah, All the good ones are coming back out.
All right.
It's all the
How about your
singers.
favorite band or singer in high school?
Ooh.
Oh.
This will tell everyone how old you are.
Oh. I loved 50 Cent. That was more college.
That tells you your age is different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
hold
gonna
on.
say.
Oh, who else?
Can't even remember. Can we look up who the bands were back then?
Oh my gosh. I liked so much.
Okay, you're the same as I.
In
So
high school.
You didn't have a favorite like Kiss or Aerosmith or Def Leppard or anything like that?
Oh my gosh, Def Leppard was my very first concert ever.
That was my first concert ever.
Meatloaf
Where-
was mine.
Where was
Oh, it's
where
so
was
sad
it
when he
at,
died.
Jeff? Because
I know.
you lived here,
Kansas
didn't you?
City.
Oh, you were no, that's right. You were Kansas City. I was
Meatloaf,
Meatloaf.
Madonna. Yeah, I
Wait.
liked so many different.
Was it Meatloaf
genres.
when he had boobs or non boobs?
non-boobes? I was young.
Non-boobs. He
Yeah.
was young.
Young.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
young. All right.
Yeah.
I love Meatloaf. That's
So
awesome.
love.
So everybody answered? All
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Who'd you say?
right.
Yeah. Who'd you say?
I would say probably Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden. Wow.
I like
Wow,
them.
there we go.
Melissa's a
I
crasher.
also liked Queen.
Love Queen.
Oh, I love Queen.
So yeah, that ages me really bad.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Jeff
All
liked
right.
Tiny Dancer. Was it your favorite song?
Elton John.
Tiny
Fantastic. I love
Joey.
I've never heard of that. He used to make fun of me. Joey likes Elton John's Tiny Dancer. I'm like, I've never heard of that song. I'm like, how do you know about it?
it. You've never heard of Tiny
No,
Dancer?
I did now.
Yeah.
Because I
wow.
wanted to know
Yeah.
what Jeff was talking
Jeff,
about.
that's
Went
your
right out and
jam.
bought the album.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, man. I love it. My parents were all over the board, too. My parents were huge music people, so I think that impacted us, right? Because we had, like, larger genres and stuff.
Yeah.
But we liked all the... I will say, I liked... Tone Loc. We were in that era.
love.
Bobby Brown.
Bobby
Remember?
New Edition.
New Edition and
the,
Boyz II Men.
Boyz II Men.
Boyz II Men was all...
New Kids on the Block.
Hum-
No,
Dance.
no. I was never a New Kids on the
No,
Snoop.
okay.
Like we liked Snoop
Snoop,
and ICS
yes.
I have a-
and Ice and
I-
yeah.
NWA.
think-
Yes.
I think I
That's
still
pushing
have
a
it.
A
But
little
I have a
raunchy,
pic-
but
Yeah, that's
Naughty by
pushing a little
nature.
I think I still have it. I have a picture of me with New Kids on the Block.
bit. Really?
That is so
I
fun.
love
Yeah.
it. So I had
Yeah, we were. It was a singing group I was part of. We were at a hotel and they were staying there, and they were down in the lobby, and we all got pictures with them.
That
It's
is
kind of
so funny.
Interesting.
I love it.
Jeff did Elton John covers. Tiny Dancer.
Oh yeah, right.
Love it. Is New Kids on the Block? Is that Wahlberg? Is
Yes.
that Marky
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
No, not
No.
Marky Mark. his
No.
brother.
No, his
but-
brother,
Which?
Donnie,
Oh, Donnie.
Yeah.
Donnie.
Jordan.
from Blue Bloods.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway,
Yeah. No. I
Cool.
was gonna. I have some of my old school stuff. My kids go paddleboarding with us. Miss goes with us. You've been paddleboarding with me
Yeah.
a few times. Yeah. So my kids go with me, and when we get out there, we tend to just put our playlists on and go. And some of my old school stuff came on, like OPP and
That's the
What
best.
does OPP
yeah.
stand for?
Hey, listen. It's a PG show. So,
is.
Yep.
so one of the people coming up, and he's like, "Oh man, good solid parenting." I'm like, "It's on my playlist. I'm sorry," but the kids listen to much worse now. They listen to much
yeah.
worse
My
stuff
son
than that.
listens to Eminem now. Remember, I loved Eminem too, but
yeah.
now he listens.
so
like,
do
everything
you want an
goes back.
alternative?
Very cool. I love
So
it.
if you want an alternative for Eminem for your son,
Uh huh.
have him listen to NF.
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 Okay.
Yes. He's just as good as Eminem,
Uh-huh.
but he doesn't have to curse at all.
Okay. Oh, I like
No
that.
cursing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
interesting.
NF. All right.
NF.
I
He's really
it out.
he's really good.
Okay.
nice.
Perfect.
So,
Thanks,
anyway,
Jeff.
last question. How about if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
I think Italy.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Lake Como, that
Yeah,
area.
I haven't been
Beautiful.
anywhere.
Wine.
Where?
Lake Como.
Northern
Oh, okay.
Italy.
Yes.
Yeah. That's my spot too. So
That's
my
the plan.
50th birthday's coming up, and it's
Okay.
I want it to be a destination birthday.
Yeah.
And so that's the plan. Do
Italy?
Greece and Italy, yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Greece and Italy.
I would love to.
Yeah.
So what? The Maldives?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have some friends that went to Maldives. They said it was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turks and Caicos, I think, would be something I'd like to go to.
It's good.
Yeah.
You went there.
Yeah.
But my
Yeah,
wife
for
would
a
like to
wedding.
go. So if
Yeah.
she's going to go, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great diving.
For sure.
Well, thank you all for being on here. This has been great.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
Great
you.
information
It's like
again.
we should rename it therapy.
Yeah. Yes.
Real estate therapy.
There we
Yeah.
go.
I keep
Yeah.
telling you should start your own podcast. That's
We're
kind
going
of
to, yeah, we will.
I like
Just-
that name too.
just talking
Real estate
through
therapy.
stuff
I
like
do
that.
like that. Yeah.
I love it.
You better hurry and go get it before I buy it.
No.
They'll sell it to you.
I'll sell it back to you.
All right. If anybody heard
Get
that
on-
name, it's
get
mine.
on there.
It's mine.
By next week.
Hold on.
Claiming it.
Jeff is
What's
looking
that?
it up right
Get-
now.
Yes.
Wait, what just
Real estate
happened?
therapy.
No.
No, I already did, Jeff.
Purchase.
Jeff, I'm on the phone with my attorney. He already
Sold.
purchased it for us.
Damn it.
No, you should definitely think about that.
They'll
Yeah.
have his
Cool.
assistant call you.
Exactly. Thanks you guys so
That's
much
funny.
for letting
Thank
us
you.
do this.
All right.
Great.
All right.
Love
Thanks so
it,
much. Hey,
guys.
agents. Until next time, agents, we will see you later.
Have a great day.
See ya.
Great job, everyone. Awesome.
All right. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff.
Not too many bleeps either, thankfully.